Assistant General Secretary at the Unite and one of the organizers of the time has come campaign Freedom for Öcalan campaign steering committee member as well, Tony Burke. Thanks for joining us today.
It's good to be with you.
Thank you. So let's start with the isolation of Mr. Abdullah Öcalan. Abdullah Öcalan has been in prison on Imrali Island, as you know, for 21 years now, for most part held in solitary confinement and forbidden from contacting his lawyers, family, or friends. How do you view the conditions in which Öcalan is held?
Well, we're of the view that they're inhuman. Nobody should be treated like this. It's appalling that he's in isolation. He has no contact with his lawyers or his family. And this is deliberate on the part of the Turkish government to isolate him. And our campaign in the UK has been to try to get, first of all, visits from his lawyers and from friends and family, but ultimately to get him out of prison. There can be no settlement, certainly in Turkey and elsewhere, without Öcalan being involved. And the way that he is being isolated and treated is, as I said, inhuman.
Thank you. Secondly, during the peace negotiations between the Kurdish movement and Turkish state, talks were held together with Öcalan on Imrali Island. What do you think is the importance of Öcalan for peaceful resolution of the Kurdish question?
Very much like Nelson Mandela was in South Africa all those years ago. Without Öcalan, there's going to be no possibility of securing a lasting peace. He is so instrumental to that. And the government do not see this. They just want to continue and believe that by keeping him isolation on Imrali Island, that eventually he will just be forgotten about. But we're not going to allow that to happen. We're going to continue to campaign and fight for him and try to make sure that he is treated properly, that he's released from prison, and importantly, that he takes part in any talks to resolve the problem.
Since Öcalan's imprisonment, there has been a global campaign, as you are a part of it and mentioned earlier as well, for the freedom for Öcalan. What do you think about this campaign to underline it and its importance for achieving peace in the region?
It's very important that trade unions and social groups throughout Europe and elsewhere try to get behind the campaign. As you know, our union and the British TUC and the unions in the UK are very important supporters of the campaign. And we're going to try and take the message out across the world with other unions in Europe and elsewhere to bring Öcalan's case to their attention and to get them to sign up for the campaign so they too can put pressure on their own government and their own trade union movement to make sure that Öcalan gets out of prison and is treated properly and takes part in the peace talks.
How would you comment on to the relation between keeping PKK on terrorist organizations list and isolation of the Kurdish leader Öcalan? As many others say, isolating Öcalan is also isolating Kurdish people as well, and keeping the PKK on the list is a kind of criminalizing the Kurdish population. So, how would you comment on that relation between isolation of Öcalan and the keeping the PKK in the terrorist organizations list?
They go together. It's part of the same attack by the government. And there is no need for the PKK to be kept on any form of terrorism list. We again are campaigning to make sure that that ends. But they're two of the same. The two issues are added together. It's part of a process that the government have continued to do in Turkey to try to put pressure on the PKK and on Öcalan all the time to do something. And what we're going to do is continue to campaign throughout the trade union movement to try and get that to change, and with our own government.
Assistant General Secretary at the Unite and one of the organizers of the Time Has Come Freedom for Ocalan Campaign, Tony Burke. Thank you for coming today, and thanks for your valuable comments.
Thank you, and we're always willing to help, and just ask us if you need help. You know where to find us.
Thank you.
Okay.